What's up, you guys? So I have a different type of video for you today, and I want to talk a little bit about Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee gets a terrible reputation in the jiu-jitsu community sometimes because a lot of jiu-jitsu professors feel that he had minimal white belt level knowledge in jiu-jitsu and that his art or way of fighting would not be effective in modern day combat. And while there is some merit to that, I believe Bruce Lee's philosophy is unparalleled. I've had this discussion with a lot of other high-level jiu-jitsu practitioners, and it blows my mind how I feel that Bruce Lee doesn't get the type of credit that he deserves. So I want to go over a couple things about the philosophy of Bruce Lee. First being, his major book is called the Tao. It's spelled T-A-O. Sometimes it's pronounced with a D, sometimes it's pronounced with a T. It's called the Tao of Jeet Kune Do. And I want you to see too how within his book he has so many references to the famous book, the Tao Te Ching. And there is such great philosophy in Bruce Lee's teachings. So first off, explaining what the Tao is very difficult. In fact, many believe that it's above what words can possibly explain. So, according to Google, it says that the Tao in Chinese philosophy is the absolute principle underlying the universe, combining within itself the principles of yin and yang and signifying the way or code of behavior that is in harmony with the natural order. The interpretation of the Tao comes from the Tao Te Ching and is developed into the philosophical religion of Taoism. And there is so many references to Taoism within Bruce Lee's teaching that it's actually quite amazing, and how he relates the study and practice of martial arts to that ancient wisdom. But for the first video, what I wanted to do is sort of dispel the myth that Bruce Lee had zero grappling training. And just to keep you in mind the time period here, guys, Bruce Lee was born in 1940 and he died in 1973, so he was only 32 when he died. And here I have his book, The Tao of Jeet Kune Do. And this is the grappling technique section where he's doing throws right here, the hooking throw, the reverse hooking throw, single leg takedowns, double leg takedowns, foot sweeps with your right and left legs. And there's so many techniques here that are just fascinating to see this in the 1970s. He worked with a judo instructor named Jean LaBelle. And Jean LaBelle had taught him a lot of different grappling and holds and different submission opportunities. And while Bruce Lee's expertise was definitely more in striking, he was famous for saying that 15 years of Kung Fu would equal 1 year of boxing or wrestling. So he was aware of the effectiveness of the forms and styles from the modern day grappling arts, but he just didn't have the time, unfortunately dying when he was 32 years old, to develop the grappling to have it anywhere near where we would be in the modern day, where martial arts has evolved more so in the last couple decades than it has in the previous hundreds of years. So you see here in his book, he's got, look at this is a single leg takedowns. This is in my law enforcement instructional right here. This is some of the best self-defense moves. Look at this. This is a straight ankle lock. This is the cross ashigarami position right here. This is a calf slicer. This is a belly down ankle lock. This is another calf slicer, a toe hold right here. More calf slicers, more toe holds. He's got arm drag techniques into different strangles, different spinal locks and neck cranks here. Reverse figure four neck lock. The bulldog choke, rear naked choke variations here. Look at this, rear naked choke variation. So to say that Bruce Lee had no knowledge of grappling training is kind of crazy, and that he definitely implemented this more at the end of his martial arts journey. But this is going to be a running series on some of Bruce Lee's unparalleled philosophy, and hopefully we can learn more about how martial arts teaches us an underlying, deeper ancient wisdom.